Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how I style my signature messy waves. The secret here is a little bit of dry texture spray and a flat iron. I do not use a curling iron when I curl my hair, so no curling irons were harmed in the making of this hairstyle. I'm gonna show you exactly how I style my hair, so let's go. Before I start my hair tutorial on how I get my flat iron waves, I want to show you the exact flat iron that I use. This is from GHD. It is their Platinum Plus 1-inch styler. I have had this exact flat iron for a few years now, and I use it every single time I style my hair. It has this silicone heat protectant on it, which is perfect for travel if you need to pack quickly after using the flat iron. But what I really love about this GHD Platinum Plus flat iron is that it has smart technology in it to adjust the heat of the iron as you're running it through your hair. So basically it can tell when you're going fast or slow, so that if you stop, you're not gonna break your hair off because it has technology in here to adjust. I like using these little hair clips whenever I'm doing my hair just to help section off the portions. If you don't have these clips, you can always use a hair tie, but I find that these are easiest for me. And the beauty about this messy waves hair situation is that you don't have to be absolutely perfect when you're doing your hair. So you don't have to grab the same amount of hair every single time. Your sectioning doesn't have to be perfect. That's sort of the beauty of this hairstyle, is that it's a little bit undone and it's a little bit messy. There are two different techniques that I use to get my flat iron messy waves. The first way is to hold your flat iron vertically like this, and you're going to grab a section of your hair. Now, when you're curling your hair around your face, you want to make sure that you're curling away from your face, so you're turning out to the back, almost like you have wind blowing like Beyonce and your hair goes back. So hold your flat iron vertically, and you're going to take the hair in it, turn your wrist away while also pulling down, and it's gonna give this nice loose curl. Now, as I'm going through my hair, I like to rotate the direction in which I'm curling it. I feel like that just gives it a little more of a natural curl, so that when you're done your hair, you have curls going kind of in all different directions versus like a repeat pattern one after another. So I would say maybe every few sections, go ahead, turn your wrist the other way. So I'll do that for this right now so that you can see. So for this, I'm turning my flat iron toward the screen and pulling down, and you can see it gives that curl in the other direction. So once you're done with that first layer, you can go ahead and take that clip out and then section out the next layer of your hair to be curled. So like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect sectioning. Again, that's the beauty of the hairstyle, is that it's a little messy, a little non-conventional, not uniform. So I'm going to take my GHD Platinum Plus styler, and again, repeating the same direction here because it's near my face. So just sliding down, and look at that. So I like to kind of run my fingers through my curl right after the heat touches it. Just gives it a little more of a natural curl versus that tight, like man-made curl. So I mentioned that I have two different techniques that I use to get my flat iron messy waves. The first way is to hold your flat iron vertically and then to turn your wrist away, sort of like a more traditional curl. The second way, you're going to hold your flat iron horizontal like you would when you normally straighten your hair, and you're going to grab a strand. Now for this, as you're holding your flat iron horizontally, you're going to move your wrist in and out, sort of like a wavy motion, as you pull the flat iron down the strand of your hair. So you can see I'm bending out while pulling, and then in, out, in, and then out. So it creates this nice little S wave. I like to use this technique every now and then and kind of throw it in there again to change up the uniformity of curls so that you don't have the same curl in every direction and the same type of curl to give your flat iron waves a little more spunk. The key to this hairstyle is to make sure you're just switching things up. So when you're holding the flat iron vertically, make sure you go away from your face when it's around your face. Switch directions when it feels good, and then add that little horizontal technique that I showed you whenever you feel like you just want a change of pace in your hair. I personally like to leave my ends straight, but if you overdo it and you go all the way to the bottom, luckily you can take your flat iron and you can literally just kind of move it in the other way to straighten out those ends. All right, I am on my final layer. Generally, I like to do the top layer all curls, but it also just sort of depends on the mood I'm in. And what I love about this, since it's not a perfect hairstyle, it only takes me like 15 minutes start to finish every single time, which is really nice if you're like me and you like to get out of the door quickly. So, final little details on these flat iron waves. You can also, once you're done, go through, see what parts maybe didn't get curled and kind of redo them as needed. So that's what I like to do. All right, so here we are, everything curled. At the very end, I kind of like to go in and take a look and see what parts aren't as curled and maybe need a little extra love with this flat iron for these flat iron waves. Also, if you feel like you overdid it on a curl because you have a flat iron, you can literally just go in there and straighten out the ends. I prefer straight ends at the bottom of my hair just because I feel like it gives it a little more of a lived-in look. So my final step for my flat iron waves is to add texture spray to give it just a little more messiness and a little more oomph. My favorite dry texture spray is from Oribe. This is their dry texturizing spray. It is literally a cult favorite. If you're gonna try any product from Oribe, definitely get this. It just adds some really great grip to your hair so that everything has a little more volume and it feels a little more tousled. So I'm gonna show you actually on one side of my hair versus the other. So I like to kind of get under different sections and spray right at the root and then like get in there and mess it up a little bit. So this way, when you're done curling your hair for your flat iron messy waves, because that grip is in there, it won't fall flat as quickly. So here's the textured side and then the non-textured side. So you can see a little more of that like grittiness, volume and whatnot. So I'm gonna finish it off with the Oribe dry texture spray on this side. Really get in there, trap that air in between. Oh yes, much better. So there you have it, my messy beachy waves using nothing but a flat iron. I'm going to leave the links of the products that I used in this video below. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and be sure to hit that subscribe button below so that you never miss an update.